Hey guys, Jerry Button coming at you with the first Adobe tutorial for Iceberg Creativity, and it's for Adobe's Illustrator, a vector graphic arts program. I'm going to show you how to make these kick-ass wavy lines within Adobe Illustrator. And in my next tutorial, a Photoshop tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can make these lines into your very own custom brush. Ready? Let's get started. Begin by opening up Illustrator if you haven't already, and go to File, New, and make your width 900 by 650. You can make it bigger, and a lot of people do, but just because I'm showing you how to make this, I'm just going to use a small size. So later after this, you can go off and make, 1600 by 1200 or 2560 by 920 or 1920, whatever. You know what I mean, right? Okay, click OK. Now, one thing of note, Illustrator's layout and what it can do is much more powerful than Photoshop. It's probably one of the most powerful applications on the planet. I'm not joking with you. Its possibilities are limitless, just like a 3D application, but, don't be too intimidated because, yes, it is an intimidating application with all these icons and not knowing what they can do, all these menu settings, and look at all the windows you can open up within Illustrator. Much more than Photoshop, and there's even more hidden in some of these. With that said, rename your first layer, layer 1, to background, and hit OK. Get your shape tool, which is over here. It's the little square, or if you want, you can choose something else. We're just going to use the rectangle. And drag from the top corner right down to the bottom. If done right, it should snap in both corners. Snap into place. Now, we don't want a black background. We don't want a black stroke and a white background. We want a black background with no stroke. So go here to the little drop down, change the color here to black instead of white, and your background will change. And go to your stroke and hit the little red dash to turn it off because we don't need it. We have our black background now. We need to lock this layer so later on when we're editing, it doesn't move around freely. So just click this little empty box to lock it. Perfect. Create a new layer and call this one Wavy Lines, hence the name of the tutorial. Now it's time to start making some abstracts. Get your pen tool over here, change your fill to turn it off, hit the red dash, and change your stroke to white. On the stroke width, use 2pt. I find this will get you the best result. Or if you want an even thinner result, you can go back to 1, or a thicker one, you can go to 3 and maybe beyond. But usually don't stray too far from anywhere from 1 to 3. So just click here, and then make a line, a nice curve. I'm going to click right here like that, and then I'm going to click right here like this. Okay, we have a nice wavy shape. And you're going to look at this and like, okay, how am I going to make this look cool? Well, it's pretty simple. Hit Command-C and then Command-V. You'll duplicate the shape. A good practice is to rotate it around a bit, change its orientation. I like to rotate them 180 degrees and place them a little bit over or a little bit, intertwined with the original. Next, select both of them by just dragging a box over them with the selection tool. Go to Object, Blend, Blend Options. From Smooth Color, change it to Specified Steps and use 8. Make sure your orientation is aligned to page and not aligned to path. And then click OK. Now, you're thinking to yourself, okay, Jerry, you just showed me a useless step and I want my money back. Well, joke's on you, you're not paying and this is free. So, to actually get the abstract you want, go to Object, Blend, and Make. And there you go. You had the nice wavy lines. Now, this is how it's done. I don't know if other people do a different method. A lot of people use Photoshop brushes. And we're going to show you in the next tutorial for Adobe Photoshop how to turn this into a brush. It's actually quite simple. But as you can see, this is how you achieve the nice wavy line effect. It's done within Illustrator, or a majority of people do it within Illustrator, and it has a nice effect. And now you're not limited. If you change your pen tool to the Convert Anchor Point tool, you can move these points around and make the lines completely different if you want. It's pretty cool. And the possibilities for this effect is endless, guys. So I'm going to undo that because, hey, this looks awesome. I'm going to go back to my selection tool actually and make it a bit smaller. So, alright, and there you have it. Wavy lines within Adobe's Illustrator. Guys, thanks for watching.